All right, folks, we have Dave Humphrey with us out here coaching with the Kirkwood Post 156 American Legion program. Thanks for taking a minute.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure to meet you for the first time.
Thank you.
And so talk to us about the kids here so far. What have you been seeing from the program here?
Well, first of all, I think we just have a bunch of kids that love baseball. And the program here is kind to the kids, to the players. We have played football in here a couple times. We feel balls between our legs. We do things. They don't know it. I'm trying to make athletes out of them. But mostly I just want them to have fun, you know. And a lot of programs, I think, forget that part of the game, but not us, not this crew.
I've been watching you, and I love the energy you have with the kids and whatnot. And you've been coaching a while.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
I started in the late 80s at Principia High School. I worked in the dormitory there and coached for 10, 12 years baseball, mostly JV and then some varsity. Mm-hmm. And then I coached my little kids teams as they came up. I coached lots of baseball, lots of softball, lots of soccer, football, tons of football as well. And but as for baseball, I got back into the Legion when my son was a freshman in high school. And he had been playing at a club, one of the clubs, and I fell in love with the community baseball that I grew up with out in California, which was the Little League style. You play in your community, and yeah.
That's still that American Legion feel.
That's right.
So what prompts you to stick around here after your son graduated?
That's a good question, and they asked. And I just love it. I love the kids. I love getting to know them. And I still coach other sports. I still coach tennis, high school tennis. And so I think coaching is in my blood. And it's just a lot of fun. I just enjoy it. And, yeah.
So with this group of kids, they're heading off to high school. But when they come back, what are you seeing out of this group? You got think they're going to come together and make another run?
I do. I was a little skeptical last year. Because you just don't know. You know, you need a lot of pitching, and you just don't know what's going to come together at the right time. They peaked at the right time. I think that's superior coaching. Help them peak at the right time, and I don't see any reason that won't happen again. They have some really good, skilled players.
That's awesome.
Top, yeah. Really fundamentally good teams. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You're working on the defensive skills. What are some of the drills that you're working with the kids? And I loved how you said that. Trying to make them better athletes. And I think that, to me, is the drill part of it. I've noticed what you're doing here with you got multiple things going on per drill. Is that purposeful?
Oh, sure. I never want kids standing around too much. It's hard in an indoor facility, but so you got to make the most of the square footage in here. And so you'll see multiple throws, multiple catches. Get them to breathe while they're playing. Baseball is a game of intensity all at once, and as a player, it happened to me, but you tighten up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So we discuss being loose. That's why I like to see them catching and running at the same time. They're running and catching, kind of keeps everything loose. And then if you do it enough, it becomes so routine to you. When it happens in a game for real, it's just part of how you practice and how you play. So, yeah.
I love that, man. So, Dave?
Oh, yes, sir.
I want to thank you for taking a minute and talking with us, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Good luck to you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thanks for all you do.
All right, folks, we just pulled him right out of the cage, so if he's a little out of breath, that's okay. But we have with us Chris Copeland. He is the director, head coach for the 19U, Kirkwood Post 156. We're out here checking out the kids, watching the program, been enjoying the conversations, watching the kids. It's that time of year, isn't it?
It's awesome. You know, these guys all from when they're little want to make a high school team.
Yeah.
And when we get to summer, we have a lot of fun, but this is about goals these guys have. Some want to make a team, some want to be a starter, some want to play past high school. So this time of year, it's all about skill development, which is awesome.
So you guys are, when you coming into your workouts here, and we've been watching, talk to us about the approach you have. I noticed we've been seeing a lot. I love the defensive piece.
Yep.
And you got this big space, which is nice. And you've broken up into three distinct groups.
Yep.
How do you keep everybody moving?
Yeah, look, that's a lot of it, right? We're trying to simulate tryouts where you've got quick reps, you're going to make mistakes. How you respond to the mistakes matters. So we'll have our infielders here. Last week we had our catchers working on throws down to second with our infielders, then our outfielders throwing to catchers. We've got pitchers throwing off the mound, working with our pitching and catching coaches. Then we've got taking swings. And we're at the point of the winter time where we're working on the little things, right? We're working on intensity. We're working on those outside pitches you like to pull. So it's just about guys, and especially these older guys, they know what they need. So it's really kind of serving that need of here's what you struggle with. Here's what coaches are going to be looking for.
I like it. And, you know, talk to us a little bit. You know, we've been covering Missouri American Legion baseball now for I think 4 or 5 years. And Kirkwood, when we first started with American Legion, it was kind of there. You took over 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
What have you done? What are some of the things that you've instilled in creating a foundation for this program?
Well, look, the common knock on Legion is it's not club ball. It's not as good as if I'm on one of these program clubs in the area. And I tell parents all the time, if you're on a team that's traveling more than 50%, yeah, you probably should go with one of these clubs, right?
Yeah.
They're at a D1 kind of level, but the playing field is changing. So for us, it's creating a foundation. It helps to have some really strong seniors. Winning always helps, right?
Yep.
We've got an influx of guys coming in this year because of how successful we were last year.
Right.
So you just kind of have to be consistent. And as you're more consistent, as you have people coming back, going into their high school and saying, hey, man, I had a blast last summer. You should come do this next summer.
And I got better.
Yeah. And I got better and I'm going to compete. And I'm in communication with a lot of these high school coaches to say, hey, this guy's been really doing well with this. Give him a look this spring. So that goes a long way to these guys knowing they can contribute in high school and then come have a great summer.
And you got some guys here working with you, the gentleman that we see in the background, Dave, and I can't remember his name.
Dave Humphrey. He's a longtime coach in the area. His son came through Legion. He was coaching out at Principia High School a couple years ago, and he comes out here because he loves it. Yeah. And we love his energy and his passion for the game. He's a teacher. He's a communicator. Look, anybody can teach you the skills. Right? We can all teach you footwork. We can teach you batting. We can teach you delivery. So much of this is about high school young men and the mental process.
Yeah.
And it's so much of what we do. And I think one of the reasons we're successful when it gets crunch time in summer is we've spent all summer getting mentally prepared by who we play, by how we compete for time on our own field, by the conversations we have. So nothing's going to scare us when we get in those moments. We've been waiting for those moments.
Well, and one of the things that I think is most impressive, and I watch what you're doing here, Chris, is, you know, Legion has always kind of been its own, but, you know, to me, I've always said it, Legion's the oldest club baseball there is.
Yep.
And I think the development of a program, because you want kids to continue to come so you can continue to help them grow. That's got to be, how are you setting that in motion to bring those freshmen here?
Yeah, look, for the freshmen, it's partially seeing our track record. It's seeing what we've done. It's coming out to Kirkwood High School and seeing us playing in the summer there. It's watching the success we had and being covered in the local Kirkwood Webster Times as far as the success we had. So for the young guys, again, we want to give them those skills.
Yeah.
But when I talk with their parents about what they're going to get, what I think they've come to respect about what Coach 156 does is we're going to prepare them, right? I can't overstate this enough. Like, being a teenage boy is hard.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hold your emotions in. You're suddenly you're a small fish in a big pond. So for our young guys, we're trying to help them slow the world down. Communicate. We ask them when they get in the cage, what is your weakness you need to work on? Because they've got to be able to articulate what they're afraid of to be able to deal with it.
I agree.
And if it happens in a cage, it can happen in life for them.
Absolutely. So, and last year we saw you in the championship game, and I'll be honest, that's not where I thought you guys were going to be. No offense, but you did, and I thought you guys played some heck good baseball in the state tournament. And talk to us about that experience and how has it helped you kind of set yourself in motion for the next season.
Yeah, well, first of all, I appreciate that. I don't think a lot of our guys, like, we have 5 guys from that team who are playing college baseball now.
Yeah.
So we knew we had talent, but there were two problems along the way. We didn't have our guys in the right position, a lot of it, and their coach was chasing what the year before was. And you asked me when you came in here tonight, you're like, can you guys get back there?
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, we were a run away from going to state with a team that I honestly thought was better than what we had this past summer. And I spent most of the first half of the season saying, these guys aren't those guys.
Yeah.
And I got about halfway through the season. It was actually my wife who looked at me and she goes, something's got to change here, because you're asking this group to be somebody else that they're not. And so what we finally got to was who we were comfortable with.
Yeah.
We had a game, we lost middle of the season to Manchester, a team that we compete well with, but we normally can beat and historically have. And they were excited. Like, they were jumping up and down, regular season game, and my guys were taking it personal. And I said to them, hey, when it matters, we're going to end their season. And we took that mindset into the postseason. We ended 8 different teams' seasons between the start of our districts and when we finally got knocked out by Moberly. And they embraced that identity. So for me, when I look at this year, I can't tell you, like, I think we're going to have a lot of good players.
Right.
But until I understand the identity of those guys and we can all coalesce around it, I don't know how good we can be, but we've got a chance.
That's fair. I love that. I agree. I think because you are learning, you get new kids in different situations. I love that thought process. And it is the job of the coach, the manager, to find that coalescence that moves everybody in one direction. And
look, that's what life is, right? You end up in a new setting, and the last thing you want is someone to say, oh, you're not as good as the guy before you, right? Like, I had my starting right fielder last year was cut before his senior year of high school.
Yeah.
And he hit .350 for me during the summer. Like, that's a kid who just wanted to be out there because he was passionate, and we had no other expectations than go be the best you.
Yeah.
And so if there's anything these guys take, the 2 things they will leave our program with. They will be mentally stronger than when they got there. And they will know whatever happens in their life, that we will always be there. Me personally, this group will always be there for them. They come back during the summer. Some of them have started to come back. We've got one of our former players who's a coach with us now. Like, those guys come back and say, hey, coach, can I come back and work with the guys? Because they know what it's meant for them and they want to pass that along. And that's wins and losses. Wins are good. But that's what we hang our hat on here.
Chris,
thanks for coming out, man.
no, thank you.
We'll see you down the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah.